So, good afternoon, Sober Family. If you haven't noticed, I have a mic sitting in front of me, and I hope that you can hear me a little bit better than yesterday. I don't know what happened to my audio, but we're going to try this out and see how this goes. Today's daily reflection. Look, everybody has a hard time. Everybody struggles in sobriety at one point or another. It doesn't matter if you have 1 minute or 10 years. Everybody struggles in and out of sobriety depending on the level of the hardship that they're going through. So today's daily reflection is quite fitting because a lot of us are struggling with COVID-19 and the way things are in the United States, around the world, and everything else that has become a variable in our lives that we weren't quite used to. And we don't have our alcohol or drugs to run to. So today's daily reflection for 29 December 2020, the joy of living, it fits. Let's go. I just shot an entire daily reflections and had almost nothing but feedback when I played it back. So we're going to try this again. The joy of living. Let's get it. Therefore, the joy of good living is the theme of AA's 12th step. 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 125. AA is a joyful program. Even so, I occasionally balk at taking the necessary steps to move ahead and find myself resisting the very actions that could bring about the joy that I want. I would not resist if those actions did not touch some vulnerable area of my life, an area that needs hope and fulfillment. Repeated exposures to joyfulness has a way of softening the hard outer edges of my ego. Therein lies the power of joyfulness to help all members of Alcoholics Anonymous. And I'm going to caveat that with all people, all addicts, all alcoholics, anyone in sobriety, anyone trying to get sober, anyone with any ailment or disease or condition that is preventing them from experiencing happiness. What I get from today's daily reflection is my ego controlled everything when I was drinking. I didn't take the time to enjoy the small things because I was either trying to get this, trying to get that, trying to push this away, trying to push that away. I wasn't able to focus and notice and appreciate the things around me. Hell, I even took a picture of the snow this morning, and don't judge me, folks, but I never appreciated how pretty snow is when it falls. And I decided I was going to take a picture of that and just keep it because I took a moment to appreciate the nature and what was around me. I never experienced a sunset when I was drinking. I never experienced or appreciated a sunrise. And I never appreciated just a pond when it sits still and the water's nice and calm and a duck goes by and you can see the wake behind him. Those are the things that bring me joy now. And that might seem silly to you, but think about it out there. If you're struggling and you are so consumed with getting your next drink or getting your next drug, how do you have time to think about anything else? There's nothing that could be let in, either externally or internally or spiritually, to bring you joy and to bring you satisfaction other than getting that drink or drug. For me, the joy of living, and it says through Alcoholics Anonymous, and I agree with that to a certain extent, is that when I went to Alcoholics Anonymous, all these people were happy. And, not always happy because we're people, right? So things aren't always great every single day. And of course there are bumps in the road. But they had joy in their lives, and they had joy through sharing their experience, strength, and hope with people like you. And that's why I do the same thing. Because I get joy from this, being able to do a second take, being able to have the things around me and be able to share with you and be able to share my life with you, because I suffered a very long time from me. and everything was about me. And when I learned that just sharing something with somebody else could be a form of joy, I learned how that could be fulfilling, and I learned that that could bring happiness. And those small appreciations is what today's daily reflection is all about for me. Now, through Alcoholics Anonymous, those folks gain strength from each other, and they gain spiritual fulfillment, as well as, each individual in their social group through their experiences and their commonalities. And that's how I share with you guys. What do you think? Drop your comments below. Put them right there. First, I want to give a shout out, or let me rephrase that. I want to kind of give a how you doing to Dinah Armstrong. She's going through a couple things, and I just wanted to check in on her publicly and say, hey, how you doing? Why don't you put in the comments below, I'm doing great, Wayne, life's a garden, dig it, or whatever you want to put in there, just so we know you're okay. As Aurora, she's from Reddit, shout out to her. She decided that she maybe wasn't an alcoholic, and perhaps she didn't need some of the resources from Alcoholics Anonymous or anything like that, but she did check out some meetings, and she's doing all right. Shout out to her, checking in, see how you're doing. There's a couple other folks out there, and I actually won't list them all because that'll take forever, but yeah. So I hope you all are doing okay. I hope that these daily reflections are something that you can take away from, and if so, drop a like for me so we can keep these videos in circulation. And I want to just thank all the new subscribers. You guys are helping build this channel, so that way we can keep this message on and spread it through to people who need it, because that's what it's for, folks. And I don't know. Also, let me know what you think about this background. And I'm gonna go back to the daily reflections real quick, because I just want to read something for you, and you let me know what you think about this. I would not resist if those actions did not touch some vulnerable area of my life, an area that needs hope and fulfillment. Let me ask you this, guys. If somebody gave you $100 and you had zero, would you throw it away? I don't think so, right? It's kind of the same concept. If there is something that could possibly bring you joy, hope, and fulfillment, would you just say, I don't really need that? And I mean that by Alcoholics Anonymous, that group, that society is one of, just people, just alcoholics and addicts and everything else. And strictly for Alcoholics Anonymous, it's a group of alcoholics who are sharing their experience, strength, and hope to just be better people and to be able to thrive in their lives and have that joy of living. If somebody said, hey, you want to go check out Alcoholics Anonymous tonight? There's a meeting down the street, and, it's an open meeting, so you can come hang out and check it out as long as you have a desire to stop drinking, and you are down in your rut, and you are on your last thread of hope. Would you turn it down? That's something to think about, folks. That's food for thought. Life's a garden. Dig it. I'm Wayne, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Have a good evening, folks. Bye-bye.